Hi there, I'm Andy Davidson, and I'm creating this video to help CC families set up a morning time binder and a morning time basket system. I have created some plans specifically for Cycle 3 that you can find at quiettimesforkids.com in the store. And so what I'm going to show you is specifically how to use those plans, but if you choose not to use those plans and maybe you already have another morning time routine, this video might help you as well just to get some ideas. So first, let me explain the binder. There is a document that I uploaded to the CC Facebook page that is a Microsoft Word document that goes into detail of how to set up this binder with each of the dividers. So you might want to download that document. Again, it can be used either with my morning time plans or with another system. But there's a cover. This cover is included in that document. Here I have various things. I have our weekly plan. Also, this is the 3 weeks at a glance plan that's in my morning time plans. The dividers here are narration helps, picture study, poetry, Shakespeare, math games, and memory work games. And like I said, each of those are described specifically in that download, but in the free download that's on the Classical Conversations Facebook page, there's the narration helps that I use are also included in that. Picture study, in my ebook you'll find different prints. Here's our prints. I actually slipped them back in this folder. We're doing Norman Rockwell for the first quarter, and so I've printed a picture for each of my kids to look at, and the picture study questions to ask. We have poetry. We have 10 poems that we're memorizing this year and studying, and they're all from American authors since our focus is America and American history. Shakespeare, we have 4 plays that we'll be studying this year, 1 per quarter, and in this section I have the quotes from each of the Shakespeare plays that we'll attempt to memorize. Then we have math games and memory work games, and I try and do about 10 minutes of math work and about maybe 15 minutes of memory review from our CC grammar that we learned on Community Day, and so the ideas for those games are here. The last 3 are kind of our faith study. We have our scripture memory, our hymns and psalms that we're singing, and our catechism questions that we go over. And then finally, this little red tab is CC memory work, where I just made photocopies of the Acts and Facts subject summaries that come out of the Foundations Guide. So that is my binder. Also, let me mention in the front are the prayer guide in the ebook I created. There's a system for prayer, a days of the week system, and then also the 4 types of prayer, ACTS, that I have these cards that I put down as we're praying with the kids to teach them all the different types of prayer rather than just asking God for things over and over. So that's the binder, and let me show you what's in our basket. So we have 2 different baskets over here. This basket is the basket that is our current things that we're working through, and this basket is our library basket. So when my kids have free time or when I just say we're having a reading hour, those are the things that I've stocked, that biographies and history things from the library that we've checked out. In this basket, you'll notice I have a few games because we do our review games, and I have, sometimes we'll play Bananagrams. This is called Moby. It's a math game with tiles, and then I have our deck of cards, dice, and I have popsicle sticks with each of my kids' names on them, and I just use those to randomly pick a kid to maybe recite some memory work, recite a poem, do a narration, or something like that. So that's why I have popsicle sticks there. These are all the different books that we use. Most of these are in the ebook that I created, but there are a couple that are not that I want to recommend. This one is called Good Pictures, Bad Pictures. It is, subtitle is Porn Proofing Today's Young Kids, and I highly recommend. It's recommended for kids ages 5 to 10, which you might think is a little young to talk about these subjects with your kids, but it's an excellent thing to fit into morning time, and I highly recommend it. We also, there's no nature study component to the Cycle 3 morning time plans, but we use the One Small Square books, which are really fun, and we'll just maybe once or twice a week read a section from this and then maybe go on a nature walk. Also, Diana Waring has some audio CDs, and we really enjoy these, and so that's why I have a CD player here, because maybe once a week we'll listen to an audio CD on a subject that we're studying. This is our faith study book that we're working through right now, the Radical Book for Kids. This is listed in the ebook. Bedtime math is just, sometimes when we'll either do math games or we'll read a concept, and they're just fun stories that illustrate concepts in math, as well as The Adventure of Penrose, the Mathematical Cat. I would say this is a little more advanced than bedtime math is. And then we have our little flip book of our CC memory work, and that just helps when we're doing memory review games. And finally, this is kind of our faith study book. I said that in my main binder, I have our scripture memory, our hymns and psalms, and our catechism questions. Well, I made 4 copies of this, and that way I can hand these to the kids when we're singing a psalm, or when we're asking catechism questions, or going over our scripture memory work. Each of them can hold it in their hands as we're reciting it or singing it together. And then back here we have a couple poetry books, some fun, Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends, and Be Glad Your Nose is on Your Face by Jack Prelutsky, which is one of our favorite poetry books. So that's kind of an overview of what our basket looks like, our morning basket, and what my morning time binder looks like. Again, if you want more details, there are pictures in that Microsoft Word document or PDF file, I believe it is, that I put on the Facebook page. So I hope that helps. Again, please visit me at QuietTimesForKids.com, and in the store you can find the Cycle 3 morning time plans if you're interested. Thank you, and God bless your plans for the new school year.